So GOG has just started their summer sale today, 19th of June, and this will run until the 11th of July. So just over 3 weeks, and will run alongside the Steam summer sale, which starts next week. So first up, we have the Yakuza games. Now I say the Yakuza games because apart from Yakuza 0, all the others are on sale. So I would recommend you buy them individually because there are a couple of bundles as well with all the games and for the first 3 games, and those are a bit expensive simply because Yakuza 0 is not on sale. I don't know why, but Yakuza Kiwami, Kiwami 2, Yakuza 3 Remastered, 4 Remastered, 5 Remastered, 6, all of them are on sale at the same price, 70% off, $5.99 each. Next we have a very popular game, Shadow Tactics, and this is the anniversary bundle. So Shadow Tactics is a stealth action game, tactical, real-time basically combat, but you have to sneak around, take out guards, stuff like that. Has a great setting, very beautiful looking game, colorful as well. And this anniversary bundle has a lot of the extra items like soundtracks and things like that. If you don't want the anniversary version, just the standard game, that is even cheaper at 90% off, $3.99. This anniversary edition is $6.64. Next we have a recent game. This is Beyond a Steel Sky. So this is your classic point and click style adventure game. This is the sequel to a very old game from 1994 called Beneath a Steel Sky. Beneath a Steel Sky is available still on GOG and it is completely free, but it's from the 90s, so you may not enjoy it. This is a direct sequel to it, released some 26 years later, and I have played this one. This is actually a nice looking game. So it's sort of a cyberpunk, but with the sort of 50s vision of cyberpunk, if that makes sense. So you'll find it interesting if you like adventure games. Now this is 85% off, $524 only. Next we have a big AAA game. This is Deus Ex Mankind Divided. This is the sequel to Human Revolution, fantastic cyberpunk game. RPG basically with a lot of options and how you approach situations. Was quite popular. The trailer I remember was one of the most hyped trailers I've seen. And this is 85% off, $6.74. And this is for the digital deluxe version. Next we have another sequel, and this is Wolfenstein II, The New Colossus. So once again, the sequel to Wolfenstein The New Order. And yeah, the first game was very, very good. Second one just continues with the story of BJ. And yeah, 85% off. Once again, I'm mentioning the digital deluxe edition. This is $8.99. The standard edition is also same discount, 85% off, but $5.99. Again, fantastic game. If you like your FPS games with an interesting alternate history story, I guess this should be fantastic. Next, we have a more recent game. This is Scars Above. And this is a new exploration sci-fi style of game. Came out last year. Is on a massive sale here, 81% off, $6.93. Next, we have a couple of bundles. We have the Metro franchise bundle, and this is all Metro games in one bundle. So you have Metro 2033 Redux, Metro Last Light Redux, and then Metro Exodus, the Gold Edition. The Gold Edition has 2 story expansions added as well. So all of it, like the full thing here, is DRM-free, of course, and 84% off, $9.51 for the whole thing. Fantastic, could say first-person horror survival style shooters in a post-apocalyptic world. And yeah, thoroughly enjoyable games. I wonder if they are going to make any more in this series. The other bundle here is a Western. This is Call of Juarez. Again, 3 games here from the late 2000s, and 2013 was the last game. And yeah, overall very decent shooters, Western setting obviously, and different stories. I don't think there's a continuation between the stories. I've only played one of them. So this is 80% off for the whole bundle, $6.29. Next we have Dishonored 2, another fantastic game. This was an amazing new IP when it first came out. The first Dishonored was amazing. And then this is like even better graphically. It continues the story of the same characters a few years later. And every time I see this game, I just think to myself, why haven't I played this one? Because I have the game, I loved the first one, played it a while ago, and just somehow never got around to playing the second one. And even though I think I have it on all platforms, I still never got around to playing it. So yeah, I should rectify that very soon. Anyway, this is 80% off, $5.99. Next we have Divinity Original Sin 2 Enhanced Edition. So This game is made by Larian Studios, the people behind the Baldur's Gate 3 game. This was their previous game, and this was also quite amazing when it first came out. Everybody loved it. This is fully playable in co-op, great RPG, interesting story. Campaign is like playable in like various ways, a lot of quests, a lot of options, fully voiced. Even though it has turn-based combat, it is a lot more straightforward and a lot more enjoyable, to be fair. And yeah, so standard edition here is 80% off, $7.99. If you like your big RPGs with like 100, 150 hours, this is the one. Now, speaking of RPGs, we have another one. This is the medieval historical one, and this is Kingdom Come Deliverance, and this is the Royal Edition. So Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is coming out, and it has got a lot of people hyped. First one is a fantastic game. I have not heard anyone say this is bad. Just an amazing game. And this was also given away by Epic a while ago, so some of you may have it. But if you want a DRM-free version, it is available here, 80% off, $7.99. Now we have a more of a 2D Souls-like game, another popular series of games, Blashphemous. And this is the first game. There's a second one as well that came out, I think, last year. So yeah, very hard, very interesting art style. And if you like your Souls-like games and 2D Souls-like, this is one of the better ones. 75% off. This is the digital deluxe edition, again with a lot of extras, at $853. If you just want the standard version, it is $624. Then we have one of my favorite games, Darkest Dungeon, and once again I've picked the ancestral version, which is the version with all the content, all the extra stuff. You can just pick up the base game and get into it. Another difficult turn-based game with an amazing atmosphere, a amazing gameplay loop as well. Like, there's a lot of replayability with this sort of game. I call it sort of chess-like in many ways, because you have to manage and strategize quite a lot, but it is a lot more easier to get into for me compared to a lot of other turn-based games where they have a rule set and other things. This is pretty straightforward. You have to just understand each of your characters, heroes, and formulate your teams accordingly, and then fight the enemies. Very atmospheric. Narration is one of the best I've seen in any game. The standard version is only $374, but this ancestral version is $9.71, just under $10, 80% off, and has all the content. Next is a slightly older game I thought I should mention. This is Dreamfall: The Longest Journey, and this is 70% off, $599. And this is a interesting futuristic adventure game. I've heard great things about this game. I think I have the game. I've not played this, unfortunately, but I often see this mentioned here and there in like classic action adventure style games. There's also the game The Longest Journey. I think this is the sequel to that game, or a remake, I'm not sure. But yeah, this is from I think mid 2000s, 2006. So yeah, it still holds up, looks pretty good. And yeah, 70% off, $599, like I said. And then finally we have The Sinking City. So there was some issues with the game, with this game, between the developers and the publishers. That issue got sorted a few months ago, and now they are actually working on a second game. Very atmospheric, Lovecraftian type of game. You have some detective work set in the 1920s, open world, and a lot of ways to solve your cases. So it sounds very interesting. It looks pretty good. So this is 75% off, $999, and this is the standard version. So that's a quick look at games on sale on GOG for under 10 and above 5. I'll make a separate video for the games under 5. And there are a lot of other deals. Let me know if you're interested in anything particular. I'll put all the links to the games I've mentioned in this video in the description and in the pinned comment as well. Thank you for watching. See you next time.